So as you guys know, last week on April 28th, we got our first look at the next Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 2. It is officially named that now. We've seen the logo and everything along those lines. And with that little 15-ish second trailer, there wasn't a whole lot of information to go off of. But since I've got home and kind of scrubbed through it a little bit more, it's kind of two things from this trailer that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about that are pretty interesting and tell us a little bit more about the next Call of Duty game. I would call them Easter eggs, but they're in plain sight for everyone to see. I just haven't heard a lot of people actually dive in and talk about them. So that is what we're going to be doing on this video, talking about what those two little things actually mean for Modern Warfare 2 moving forward and what we can take away from them. There's a little bit of diving in to do here. So without further ado, essentially, these are two secrets that you may have missed in the Modern Warfare 2 reveal. So the first of the two is pretty obvious, and we actually talked about this in the previous video where I discussed this teaser. As far as this goes, closer towards the end of the trailer, we can see the Task Force 141 logo pop up on screen. Really, not too much we can take away from this other than the fact that the Task Force 141 characters that we saw within Modern Warfare 2019 should all be making a return. Well, this notion was seconded when Barry Sloan, the voice actor for Captain Price, tweeted out the video with the eyes caption, and as far as I have seen, he is the only voice actor that has really said anything directly about this trailer, but as we can expect, he was one of the main characters within Modern Warfare 2019 and would expect to see him reprise that role once again. This all but confirms that and once again ties into the Task Force 141 thing. But this isn't the big thing that a lot of people missed in the trailer. You see, at a couple different points in the trailer, something appears on the screen that is relatively hard to see. It just looks like another one of the lines on the screen, but if you zoom in, what you can see is that these are actually coordinates. Now, they can be seen at two separate times throughout the trailer, but at both times, they are the exact same coordinates. Now, what these coordinates are 1.3521 north by 103.8198 degrees east. Now, where this brings us is to something called the study area in Singapore. Now, an interesting thing about this area is one specific building called the Marina Bay Sands Hotel in Singapore. Now, this is a pretty significant building for a couple of reasons. First of all, it is three giant high-rise buildings connected by what appears to me to be a giant boat on the top of it. Now, this is one, a beautiful building, two, very recognizable, but here's what a lot of people haven't talked about in regards to this with Modern Warfare 2. This is actually a very significant building when it comes to Call of Duty. Well, not even, I would say, just an important building, but an actual important location. Because believe it or not, Singapore has been in a lot of Call of Duty games. Now, what's weird is most of them are Black Ops games. First off, we have Black Ops 2, which is based off of a strike force mission in the campaign, but the map Cargo appears in Singapore. But that's not where things really get crazy, because we see this even further in Black Ops 3. Now, I will dive into this even further in another video if you want, discussing the exact story of Singapore within Black Ops 3, but there's actually 4 different missions within Black Ops 3 that take place in Singapore. It's a very central location to that game's story and has a lot to do with the Coalescence Corporation and things along those lines, the downfall of the economy and things like that within the game. But have a look at this. This is a screenshot from the mission Provocation. Now, as far as this goes, do you recognize those buildings in the background? Looks pretty similar, right? Well, there's also multiple maps that take place in Singapore in Black Ops 3 as well, including Aquarium, which takes place in Singapore's Marina Gardens, which is very close to the area we're talking about. And on top of that, Evac, which takes place in a flooded Singapore QZ, which again, you can see a lot of these buildings in the background when on these maps. Well, it gets even crazier when we look at Black Ops 4, specifically the storyline regarding Firebreak. Have a look at his cutscene, and I'll pause it when we get to the good part.
fucking dirty little thief!
Papa, I was hungry.
You worthless maggot, just like your brother!
All right, you see it? Pause it right there. There it is out in the background. Once again, the exact same building, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel in Singapore. Right in the background, once again, in another Black Ops game. Now, what is weird about all of this is all of these references to Singapore are all in Black Ops games. There, to my knowledge, has never been a reference to Singapore in a Modern Warfare game. Now, here's what's interesting. What we know is the original 3 Modern Warfare games have nothing to do with the current universe. However, the Black Ops universe is canon within the current Modern Warfare universe, including Modern Warfare 2019, including a Modern Warfare 2. So there could be some really big tie-ins and the start of the Singapore story that we see in Black Ops 2, in Black Ops 3, and in Black Ops 4, all tied in together, starting in Modern Warfare 2, which is really, really crazy. Now, let's talk about some leaks revolving around this. So Tom Henderson specifically talked about the Marina Bay Sands Hotel with this, and he said that he actually saw some early screenshots of Modern Warfare 2, and in one of them, there was a soldier rappelling down a big building, reminiscent to the Mission Federation Day from Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, the Mission Federation Day takes place in Caracas, which is very far away from Singapore. He was just comparing the two because they were very, very reminiscent and similar scenes. Now, this building that he saw a character going down very well could be the Marina Bay Sands Hotel within Singapore, and that is why he brought it up. Now, I still find it weird that the coordinates came in this trailer because we haven't seen any gameplay, we haven't seen any locations or why it would be there. The current leaks revolve around Task Force 141 dealing with some sort of drug cartel, maybe in Singapore. That would actually tie into the Black Ops storyline in regards to Singapore, which again, we can talk about in a future video. But it's weird that they just threw those coordinates in there. Now, what I will say is interesting about the Marina Bay Sands Hotel is that its original opening date was on April 27th, 2010. The reveal for Modern Warfare 2 came on April 28th of this year, 12 years later. Now, I tried to find some other date or tie-in in regards to what this could mean moving forward, and really the only thing that I could find is the official opening fully was on June 23rd, 2010, which to me would be way too late for the full reveal of the game, but I'm just throwing that date out there as something that interests me. But this is all of the information I have in regards to this. It's a mystery as of this point, but I threw in all of the kind of references to the Black Ops universe, how it could potentially tie in, and more moving forward, including the dates. At this point, I'm curious what you guys have to say. Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, always appreciate it if you hit that like button. We've got tons more Modern Warfare 2 content coming. As we get more and more, I'll dive just as deep into this. I can't wait to see more about the story, so make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are